just waiting for warm-ups to complete. We got about 3 minutes, as you can see. Um, the consolation game, it was moved from 2 o'clock due to some scheduling constraints for the other schools that had farther distances to travel. So they moved Finley BG to 4 when it was originally scheduled for 2 p.m. I For first place, that was played at 2 p.m. between St. Edwards and Perrysburg. Um, when I left over there, Perrysburg was up 2-1 in the second. Well, going into the third. So this is a pair of teams that know each other well, so we'll probably see some good hockey out here because they have a real long-standing in-season rivalry. And BG comes into the contest with a record of 1, 2, and 0, which I'm not sure who they played in 1 against. Maybe it's Anthony Wayne. But we come into the contest as the lower seed with a record of 0, 2, and 1. With Finley's tie coming in the first game against Northview, black. And their 2 losses coming from St. Edwards last night at 11-1, I believe. And then this morning against Perrysburg, they lost 4-2. Or 5-2, excuse me. They scored right at the end. Today's roster will include all of the seniors with starting goalie Brett Flanagan, and then Ryan Moss, Jaron Clark, Draven Wilson, Louis Giabardino, and Jared Brandeberry, Colin Somerville. Those will be the seniors that will be playing today. We also are joined by some of the underclassmen. MJ Greenwalt, Spoon, Woolham, Archer, Best, and Hayden Giroux. We had another kid on the roster, but I don't know if he was scheduled to actually be here or not. So. Cleaning up here and then getting ready for the opening face-off. And the coaches for today's contest will be Rob Woolley, and head coach will be Mike. Just drew a blank. Sorry. Mike Kerwin. Yep. Looks like the starter for today's game, I've already stated Brett Flanagan in goal, Hayden Giroux at defense, and Mac Archer joining me. And then check my chart here. Spoon, Clark, and Iabardino. All right, off the initial face-off, it's won by Finley. Finley takes it forward, pushes it into the zone. It's picked up by Bowling Green. Iabardino behind the net to Clark. Clark, and that was a goal, but they didn't call it a goal. So Bowling Green comes back with a rush up to Willem, and an icing call. So we'll have to go back and consult the tape for whether that was a goal or not. But I'm certain that was a goal, but it's, get what you pay for. Face off one back to the point for Bowling Green. Bowling Green shifts it across the net, saved by Finley. See the battling going on down there. Picked up by Ryan Moss. Moss is heading up. He's got help, but he just can't see them. They're on the other side of 5 defenders. One, two there. Brandeberry across to 13. They can't connect. Bowling Green taking a little time to set up and see where things are going. Sends it down into their offensive zone and picked up by Mac Archer and sent back to the neutral ice. Sent in by Bowling Green. They're able to get to the dump. Hayden Giroux coming around, swinging it up towards MJ Greenwald. Greenwald gets a stick on it, but no one seems to be able to control it right now. So up the boards, Colin Somerville. It's a foot race between Colin and number 18 from Bowling Green. Pulled out by was number 5, Hunter Willem. And then penalty on Colin Somerville. I'm not certain what the penalty call was. I didn't see the hand signal. So maybe a rough or interference or something. All right. Finley on the penalty kill. Attempted clear by Willem. Knocked down at the blue line by Bowling Green. MJ Greenwald putting some pressure on the defender, but he's able to shield the puck and get rid of it. 2 on the puck. And a nice clear from Mac Archer. Pressure put on by Willem. Bowling Green sets up and drops it back to the point for a shot and a top shelf by Bowling Green. It's a tough shot to defend. So with 11:41 left, that'll clear the penalty. Both teams will be even strength, and we'll be back to action at 1-0. Offensively, we have Spoon, DiBardino, and Wilson. One initially by Finley, but coughed up. Battle at the blue line for the puck by DiBardino and Jared Brandyberry. Coming across. Spoon was able to get that. Down low. Battling along the near boards. And a shot in the middle. Goal. Makes it 2-0. Bowling Green. Finley wins the draw. Hayden Giroux sends it down into the zone. Clark behind the net. And I've left you guys behind out to Mac Archer on the blue line. Jaron picks it up. 12 and battling behind the net. Lost the stick. Out comes with trouble. Better along the boards. Picked up by Giroux. Over to Archer. Archer up boards. Clark able to tip it. Somerville coming in with the shot. Deflected and into the net. It's good work getting it up that fast. I'm a little bit slow on the camera work. Moss resettling it. Picked off by Bowling Green. Bringing it into the zone. Brandyberry across to Moss. Moss swings it, reverses field. Sends it up to number 5. MJ was it going for it after it squirted out, but just out of his reach. So pass up to Draven Wilson. Draven brings it into the zone. Good shot. Secondary opportunity by MJ. Gets tied up. Not able to get a shot off. Wilson at the back of the net. Pushing it forward hard. Centers it. MJ is just a little bit behind the play there, so centering pass had a bad angle. Right, let's kick it back out to Wilson, to Archer, to DiBardino. Kept in by Spoon. Picked up by DiBardino. Nifty little move with a backhand. And save. Puck out to the point. Mac Archer sends it in deep. Unable to be handled by any of the Finley folks. Lewis picks up the puck and takes it back deep in the zone to reset. Pass across to Archer. Knocked around by one of the BG folks, so it was a little bit hard to handle. Somerville takes it in, gets a shot, and that was a save. Bowling Green with a much deeper bench than I've ever seen them have. Good work. Shot. Shot by Best, but saved by the goalie. Quick win there to Draven Wilson. He gets a shot off, and it's saved as well. Tied up on the draw. Broken out by Bowling Green. Taken into the zone. They're offsides, but Finley puck brought up the seam by Mac Archer. Draven Wilson gets there. Bit overskated there and back out to the center ice and then down into our zone. Mac Archer up to Best to Draven Wilson. Draven tries the center, but knocked right back to him. Giroux up the boards. Physical play. Clark able to knock it down, but not able to handle it going into the zone. Shot wide. Hayden Giroux down low, picking it up, passing it over to Mac Archer. Archer up the boards to Best. Best across, but no one streaking up the sideline. That came back into our zone quickly, and from a shot from 3/4 or 2/3 ice, you got Somerville taking it into the zone. Picked. Moss bringing it in, loses the handle. Moss picks it up over to Brandeberry, back to Moss. Moss lets it go around to Woolham. Woolham chips it up, but doesn't get out. And you guys are at the wrong end of the ice, sorry. It was out of play. Well, face off in our zone. 5:38 left. Finley trails 2-0. It got pushed up by Brandeberry. No one was able to get to it. Brandeberry along the boards, battling. Moss to Woolham, up to Clark. Mug from behind. Giroux's bringing it up, passing it up to Spoon. Yep. Back over to Moss. Moss up to Clark. Clark waiting on the puck. Wasn't able to get to it. DiBardino up the side boards there. Was able to win it for a second, and then Willem comes in the backside. 19 brings it into our zone. Tries to center it, but it errant centering pass that went up into one of his teammates' jerseys. DiBardino to Giroux. Giroux up to Willem. And an offsides call. Unbelievable. Little extracurricular activity. I'm assuming it was someone taking umbrage with the shot after the whistle, which, okay. That'll be a penalty on Bowling Green, so. Not exactly sure how this is going to shake out. Bowling Green in the middle of a change, so I don't know where they're. Brandenburg kicks it back down. Keeps it in, pushes it back into the zone. Best on pressuring. No ice, no ice. What are you talking about? What are we playing? USA hockey rules? It's high school hockey, bro. Anyway, so they called an icing call on oh, the penalty must have been over? Oh, sorry. I missed it. Anyway, so both teams back to even strength. Kept in by Wilson. Wilson back to Best. Somerville behind the net, battling for position. Swung around the boards. A little bit of chippiness after the play, so which is understandable with the history that these teams have. They're maybe friends off the ice, but they really dislike each other on it. Wilson, 1-on-2, bringing up. Shot. Follow-up shot by Somerville. Save. Back to the middle. No one in the high slot, so cleared. Nice physical play there on the along the boards. Centered over to Best. Ooh. Pass up to the blue line, but no one there. 2-on-1 from Ryan Moss. Mac Archer comes back in and picks up the puck. Not sure I missed that there, so. Two minutes left in the first period. Looks like a penalty call on Bowling Green. I just totally missed the penalty, so I don't know exactly what it was. Maybe a rough down here in the corner or along the boards. Face off won by Finley, picked up by bringing it out of the zone, looking forward up to Brandenberry. Brandenberry skating along the boards up to Woolham. Woolham passes across to Moss. Woolham kicks it back down low, chased by MJ, but sent back down, and Finley will reset. Brandenberry brings it out from behind the net, skates it forward, looks for the pass. Pass is intercepted on the blue line, and score by Bowling Green. Makes it 3-0 with that shorthanded goal. Not sure what happened here, but it was a miscue by the refs, obviously there. Oh, do-over because they had too many men on the ice when they dropped the puck. So PG gets a do-over. Up to Wilson. Wilson takes it in the zone. Shot, hard, rebound. Coming back to center. Archer tries to send the pass across, picked off by Bowling Green. And reset for Finley. Wilson bringing it up through the neutral zone. Sends it in, but no bueno. Doesn't make it through the defense. Archer brings it in along the boards, but off sides if we touch it. So Lewis is able to reset, so pressuring the puck. Sent hard by 5 seconds left on the power play. Dropped by Wilson. Battled for there. Sent back to their own zone by Bowling Green. And that'll be the end of the first, with Bowling Green leading 3-0. So rough start to the game for Finley, but should be able to bring it back, pull it back together, and get back out there. A number of miscues on the passing, but we had a few good shots and a few good sequences that led to good shots. Starting the second period at defense, we got Jared Brandenberry and Brian Moss, and then at forward we got Best Clark and Berardino. Yourself tied up and squirts out. Battle on the boards. Picked up by Bowling Green and finally controlled by Bowling Green into our zone. Moss up the boards. Gets out of the zone. 12 pressures the puck. Best. Clark trying to battle for the puck there along the boards. Brandenburg tries to get it out. Gets tied up there on the blue line with one of the Bowling Green players. DiBardino takes it in. Gets a shot off. Rebound. Defensive play picked up by Brandenburg. Brandenburg skates it out, but loses the handle. Working around the back of the net. Shot. Squirts wide. Brandenburg coming in with a hard hit and clear. That's going to be an icing call. Swung around up to Spoon, number 3. Spoon. Kicked it forward, but Eddie Greenwald was unable to grab it. A couple of near attempts, but defended well by Finley. Comes in, kicks it out to the point. Shot, high and wide. Clears the zone. MJ Greenwald comes after the puck. Bowling Green comes in from behind with the trip. So after all that, I'm not exactly sure what we got going on. We got, it's like Colin and Hayden in the box with one player from Bowling Green. It's the worst part of the game with the lobbying from the coaching staff because the referees are indecisive. Bowling Green coach is quite agitated. So I'm not sure exactly what they end up calling here. We'll see once it gets up on the board. It was a scrum. They're over the top, and there were multiple parties involved. We'll see how it shakes out. Looks like there's a 5-minute penalty called on number 5 and a 2-minute penalty called on Hayden Giroux. So I'm assuming we'll be skating 4s. Okay. Skating 4s. Speed rules here, so we'll see how we do. Face off one back to Wilson. Wilson up to Moss. Moss loses the handle. Brought back in by Bowling Green. Kicked out by DiBardino. Clark over to pick it up. Back to Wilson, but a little bit off the mark. Up to Moss. Moss sending it up to DiBardino. DiBardino taking it into the zone. Gets stripped on the move. Bowling Green across to number 8. Number 8 gets shot. Back out to the point. Shot wide. Goalie saved it anyway, just for good measure. Battle along the boards with DiBardino and 3 Bowling Green Wildcats. Clark brings it out of the zone, 1-on-1 down into the kind of an off-balance clap shot that went wide. Snapshot, I mean. Wilson around the back of the net, bringing up quickly. Brings it forward. He's got DiBardino up on the blue line. He's occupied with 2 or 3 guys on him. Can't see the pass. Puck out of play. So we'll get a face off in the neutral zone, I believe. Face off at center ice. Still 4-on-4 for 15 seconds, then Finley will be on a 3-minute power play, which if they score, it won't clear the penalty because it was a 5-minute major. 1 up to Best, 12. Mac Archer along the boards up to Willem. Willem can't handle it. It goes right around the back of the net. Reversed by Bowling Green, an attempted clear. Blocked by Mac Archer on the feet, and then picked up by Jared Brandeberry. Jared sends it forward. Handled by Bowling Green, and they send it right back down the ice. Picked up by Archer. Archer brings it to the near side, where he's got some skating room. He's got help across, but it dumps it in. MJ Greenwald to it, but overskates it just slightly. So he wasn't able to get back to it. Short-handed. 19 with the rush. Picked up by Best. Best unable to get it clear of the zone. Back over to 10. 10 shoots and save. Goalie lost track of it there for a minute. He thought it might have been in his glove, but it must have. Oh, it was in his glove, so good. He thought it might have trickled behind him, so froze everybody for a second. Trying to figure out where the puck was. 2 minutes left on the Findlay power play, down 3-0. Face off, won by Findlay. Kicked across, lost the handle. Back to the front of the net. There was a attempted shot, but it wasn't able to really get anything on it. So saved by Brent. Brought up to DiBardino. DiBardino tries to center. Picked off by Bowling Green. Bowling Green back on the attack, shorthanded. Sends it back behind the net. Sent up. Little spin move by Lewis with a shot. Save. Back out to... That's trouble. Good play by the goalie there to get it away from that attacker. Around the net by number 7. Missed connection with Jaron Clark there, who's in the slot. Pass up to Lewis. Lewis bringing it in. Lewis just high. Bounced back hard. Slap shot from number 7 on the point. Bowling Green will make a goalie change midway through the second. What do we got going on there? We got 6 out there. Face off. Picked up by MJ. MJ loses the handle. Corralled by Bowling Green. Bowling Green's pass blocked by Willem. Willem in the center picks it up. Great hands to pull that out of the air. Picked up by Archer at the blue line, but shot and glove save. Sorry, I was a little bit behind the play. I was hoping, beyond hope, that we were going to turn it around, but we weren't able to get control of it. With a fresh goalie, maybe we can take advantage of him being relatively cold. Hayden brings it in deep. Pushes it out to the point to Moff. Doesn't quite make it there, and it's knocked around up in the air and a little bit of confusion. Comes across the middle. Spoon blocked that. And then we're back down into our defensive zone. Bowling Green just handed it off to Lewis. Lewis pushing it forward, sends it in deep, but that's going to be an icing call. So we'll have a face-off in our defensive zone. 6 minutes and 33 seconds left. Face-off won by Bowling Green. Archer down in the corner picks up the puck and sends it across to Best. Best wasn't able to get to it, and it got out there and way in front of him. We'll get clear. Now Wilson brings it in along the far boards. Best coming in support. Still, Bowling Green able to get it clear of the zone. A little battle. MJ, big hit along the boards. Not exactly sure what the call is going to be, so we'll try to keep an eye on it here. It looks like a penalty. Nope. Yep. Penalty on MJ Greenwald for something. I missed the signal. That's a 5-minute major for a hit from behind. So Finley will be on a 5-minute penalty kill. Be critical for Finley to kill this penalty off for 5 minutes. It could be a big boost to them. It comes down to it. Picked up by Giroux in the corner. Lost it back to Bowling Green. Green sends it across. They clear it themselves. So send over to number 8. Up to Moss. Moss picks it up. Skates it around behind the net. A little bit of a collision. No, Finley unable to clear. Comes around to the middle. 19 sends it a little bit wide of the net, trying to make that pass for the backdoor pass, and cleared by number 5. Back out to the point for Bowling Green. Challenged by 5. 5 does a great job of getting a stick on the puck and then getting a good clear so we can get a quick change. I got Wilson and Best out there on the offensive side on the PK. Let's go in deep. Best able to win that puck and send it in deep into the zone. Wilson in hard. It got to it at the same time, but BG was able to pick it up. Back to Wilson, all by himself. Sends it across the face of the goalie, but it ended up Bowling Green. Mac Archer sends it out. High stick by Bowling Green, but they were not the first to touch it after that. So a lot of these kids play hockey and lacrosse, so they'll get their sticks up and make contact with it. Shot from the blue line, blocked by number 12. Jared Brandenberry down to the corner, tries to clear, bounces off the defender, and gets clear. So Bowling Green sets up, brings it in tight, blocked, or saved, excuse me, by Grant. Still 2 minutes left in the peak effort for Finley. 2 minutes and 54 seconds left in the period. Woolham challenging at the blue line. Attempted shot, swing and a miss. Woolham picks it off the stick. He's got 2-on-1 with Lewis Gibardino. Lewis takes the pass, but isn't able to corral it. Puck goes all the way around to Mac Archer, but he isn't able to take it in along the boards. Puck out of play. Still 1:28 left in the penalty kill. 2:16 left in the period. Finley Toreros by 3. Face off at center ice, I guess, for the puck out of play. Won by Finley. Drew picks it up and is able to, even though he got tripped, it was able to kick it down into the Bowling Green's defensive zone. Puck's swung around to Moss. Moss picks it up and it's a good clear. Goalie out to play it. Fiji going to be deliberate about this. They're bringing it forward. And come on, Jaron. You knew that play was happening. Come on. Brought in. Cross. Shot. Wide. Blocked. A little bit of a battle there. Bowling Green resets. Brings it in. Shot. Good save through traffic. That was a tough to see that. Clark clears. And we have 10 seconds left in the power play. We're going to get a change on the penalty killing unit. Draven Wilson able to break up the puck coming out of the zone, but not able to hold on to it. And Bowling Green is able to get down into our zone and score another goal. .41 seconds left in the second. We'll be cutting the ice between the second and the third, so I'll put this on mute. And you guys can watch the Zamboni circle around if you're so inclined. Usually takes about 10 minutes or so. Face off. Picked up by Spoon. Yep, Spoon. Out to Archer. Archer kicks it forward to Wilson. Wilson tries to keep it in, but is able to squeak it by him. Wilson to the center. Got a look. He's got. Oh, never mind. That was Best to the center, and Wilson battling for possession down there in front of the goal. That'll do it for the second period. Teams will clear the ice, and we'll see you back in about 10 minutes. All right, back into action as you watch your Finley Trojan hockey team take the back to the ice. Ref's getting the net set up, getting squared away. Waiting on Bowling Green to take the ice. Here they come. So we'll be getting started here directly. Start of the third period. Bowling Green leads 4-0. See, we'll get the starting lineup for the third period here. Just 1 second. Looks like Moss and Brandeberry at defense. DiBerdino, Clark, and Spoon on the offensive side. Kicked back into Brandeberry. Brandeberry pushes it forward to Spoon. DiBerdino swiped at it but wasn't able to get a hold of it. Moss over to Brandeberry, back to Spoon. Picked up by Clark. He's tied up going across the middle. Pass back over to Moss. Moss loses his footing. Swung back around over to Brandeberry. Recovered from that minor issue. Shot blocked from the point by Lewis. Puck sent up from the fence to Spoon. Bit of a battle along the boards with Moss and Spoon coming in, and Clark on the boards tries to center it up. Something happened. Looks like we're going to get a penalty on somebody. For a cross check. That'll be on Spoon. He'll be in the penalty box for 2 minutes, and Finley's in a familiar position on the penalty kill. Out to the point. Point works it to the middle, back to the top of the circle, and clear by Archer. Brought up quickly by Bowling Green. Takes it down back behind the net. Loses the puck. There's a bit of a battle along the far corner, These Finley Trojans come up short on that end of the battle. Saved by Finley. Centering pass is blocked by Archer. Got holding there. Yeah, I don't know. Back on it. Somerville gets the puck, kicks it down. Wilson on the hunt, but unable to get there in time. Finley gets change. Archer behind the net. Got 3 Bobcats coming at him. We got Woolham along the boards. Gets stood up, but effectively clears it. Number 8 puts on the brakes just inside the blue line, passes across, shot wide by the Bobcats. Down low. 13 works it to the middle, back to 8. 8 shoots, and a glove save. That was a lot of traffic in front of the goalie, so it was good to be able to track that and get a glove on it. Both teams are back to full strength. 11:46 left in the third period. Finley wins the draw. Clark tries to pick it out of there. Ryan comes through and separates the Bobcat from the puck, but Finley will have to regroup. Oh. I think he was trying to send it back behind the net but it went across the face of the goalie. Brett alertly got it covered up. Off 1 to Mac Archer. Mac Archer sends it around. Best along the boards, unable to get a handle on it. Bowling Green takes possession. Clark and Giroux battling down low. Puck's tied up between them. Puck squirts out. Giroux alertly swings around to grab it. Giroux with the pass and a wonderful backhand by Luis DiBardino on the rebound. Hopefully I caught that. I don't get quite far enough on my span, but off the rebound, Lewis was able to slide it in on the goalie. Lewis has had a very good weekend in the scoring department. That's, I think, his 4th or 5th goal this tournament. So. Kick back. Mac Archer taking it in the boards, pushing it up to Somerville. Somerville unable to get a touch on it, so that's going to be icing. Okay. Pull my back just a little bit. A bit of instability here. Another face-off won by Finley. Back to Moss. Moss swings it around to Spoon. Spoon up the boards, loses the handle. Right back at us. Shot saved by Brent. Somerville picks it up in the neutral zone. He's got a one-on-one with a couple of guys coming up behind him. Finley getting a change. So shot, rebound, back to Wilson. Wilson shoots again off the shin guards of a Bobcat player. Somerville sends it, reverses it back around the behind the net. Unable to pick up the puck, and it's back down towards our own 1-on-4. Picked up by Wilson. Wilson skating it out. Takes a look, skates around one, into two. Loses the handle, but Willem's unable to pick it up for him. He's right there, but puck was bouncing quite a bit. Moss off the back of the net, continues to chase around. Clark dances in there. I beg your pardon? Oh. Thankfully for the crowd helping me out here, I wasn't even focusing on the action. You guys missed it. So hopefully my description was good enough for the it's a laugh riot here in the crowd because I just need to be able to strap a camera to my forehead so I can keep it up. Yep. Bowling Green wins the face-off, but brings it around. Archer picks it up out to the point. Lewis and Clark pressuring the puck. Shot on goal. Saved. 9 minutes left in the game. I try to enable the chat in here so I could see live chat so people could let me know when I'm. But luckily, I have the alert fans here to keep me in line. Up along the boards, DiBernino kicks it up. Clark chasing, unable to get to the puck is too far out front. DiBernino to, I'm not sure who that was, but Best, he shoots it across. Clark got lost there. Across. Bowling Green brings it back up. They get a de facto 2-on-1, and Archer able to clear that out across the path. The pass. Good work there. Defending the pass out to the point and shot and goal. 8:06 left in the third period, and that makes it 5-0 Bowling Green. Or excuse me, 5-1. So one off to the left side. Moss able to kick it down into our offensive zone. Picked up by Bowling Green. Out to the point for Ryan Moss. Moss moves it to the middle, gets around a couple of guys, a little bit of a muffin shot, but it bounced off and left the rebound sitting there for. And then they're able to scrap and get it across, and Colin was able to clean up that mess there and put it in the net. So now 5-2 with 7:41 left in the third period. Sure. Some discussion going on. All right, here we go with the face-off. Face-off won by Bowling Green, but Lewis was able to sneak through there and pick it up. Lewis takes control of it at center. To Lewis along the boards. Moss across to Brandeberry. Brandeberry comes up, chips it forward, and out of play. Face-off won by Finley. Settled down. Archer up the boards to Woolham. Lewis had the puck there but got it picked off his stick there at the blue line. Back out here to center ice. A little bit of a chaotic scene there. Pad save, or excuse me, blocker save. From there, sent forward. Clark was able to get a stick on it, but just not able to corral it. Back down in our zone. Giroux onto the puck. Pressured by Bowling Green, drops it back. Nobody was able to pick it up for Finley. Back out to center ice. Clark sends it in deep. We'll get an offensive line change. Wilson coming out, shadowing it, but bounces forward. Half the Bowling Green team was offsides, but I don't think the puck crossed the blue line. But we'll have an offsides call and a face-off outside the zone. Brandeberry pushes it forward. Shoot back to Moss. Moss up the boards to Best. Best across to the center. Picked up by Wilson. Wilson able to slide it in front of the goalie, but it's a tough angle, so. And no one was on the weak side. Pressure coming down the ice with, picked up in the zone by Best. Somerville sends it in deep. Picked up by Wilson in the corner. Swings it back around. And it's kind of a foot race to get there. Held in by Giroux. Oh, crud. Comes back at us. A low shot saved. Finley, pass up to Best. He was unable to get to it and picked off by Bowling Green. Clears the zone. Shot on goal. Should be from an offside position. Four minutes, 35 seconds left. 5-2. Bowling Green leads. Swing around to number 5, Woolham. Why can't I get it together here? Puck got reversed. Looks like a save. That's good. Missed the action. I was trying to check my sheet because I can't seem to keep these numbers and names straight. Finley wins the faceoff. Clark back to corral it up the boards to DiBardino. Woolham takes it into the zone, but gets tied up across the blue line. Ends up losing it. Ooh. Spinning shot. That was pretty quick, so Clark brings it up. Decides to, I don't know what. Takes a shot and loses the puck. Now he's agitated, so he'll be. Bowling Green bringing it up out of their zone. Pressure by DiBardino. Kicked out by MJ Greenwald. Greenwald able to battle along the boards and get it forward to Lewis. Lewis was there, still battling with one defender. Half ice shot. Tracked and deflected by DiBardino, unable to get the handle coming through the zone with speed, the neutral zone with speed. Bit of a battle ensues on the blue line here. We got a penalty call. Looks like this scrum, I don't know what they're going to be calling, but with his hand emphatically in the air, calls head contact, which was looked incidental to me, but you know. That puts Finley back on the penalty kill with 2 minutes and 33 seconds left in the game. So effectively, for the rest of the game, we will be on the PK. Down by 3. Call was on Archer for head contact. He was just tied up and had his elbows above the guy's head, and I don't think he forcefully elbowed him. It just happened that way. Well, as luck would have it, puck's moved around to the point and scored from the blue line. So that'll clear the penalty. 2 minutes and 26 seconds left in the game. Some confusion here. I don't know exactly what's going on, but it looks like Archer is going off the ice for some reason. I don't necessarily know what that was for, but with this officiating crew, there could be anything. Okay, there we go. Colin wins the faceoff. It's kicked up the boards by Moss, but intercepted. Back down in the corner. Brandeberry there. Gets it into the feet of Best. Best is unable to pick it up. Shot on goal. Able to get a cover. 2 minutes left. One by Finley. Wilson takes control of it down in the defensive zone. Out to boards. Back to Wilson. Wilson up. Chips it up the boards. MJ chasing. Doesn't get there. Wilson chips it again around the boards, but takes a bad bounce and goes to the middle, but Finley able to recover. Shot by Colin, but saved. It's kicked back out down to our defensive zone on an icing call. .121 left. A little bit of gamesmanship here in the face-off circle, but won by Finley. Shot from the point by Wilson. Save. Face-off again, tied up. A bit of a collision there on the near boards. Not sure. Clark able to break up the pass, but right back to Bowling Green. Clark comes in to steal the pass or steal the puck. Wilson's able to pick it up down there in the defensive zone. Skating through. They're going to call offside on that, which is totally ridiculous, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? It was close, but we'll have to go back and review the tape to see how close it actually was. 41 seconds left in the game. Barring an Alcoa fantastic finish, we will be ending this game 6-2. Finley mounting a fairly successful tournament so far. I mean, I think there are a lot of new faces and a lot of kids that haven't played together before that are starting to get a feel for each other and the game speed for all the freshmen that have never played at this level before, because the game's quite a bit quicker than the bantam level. Peeled around and brought back in the zone by Bowling Green. That's going to do it. Your final score is 6-2. Bowling Green. Finley leaves the tournament with a record of 0-3-1, and we'll eagerly await the start of the season. We'll be able to see this team 2 times this year, I believe, and hoping for a different result at that point. We'll see how it goes. All right, signing off here from the Tam O'Shantner. You guys have a good one.